I'm Colleen, and I write and illustrate funny women greeting cards, and to date have sold a little over 10,000, let's say, in my Etsy store. But what I'm going to share with you is how a card is born. I'm going to share, I have 200 cards in the store. I do print to order, so I'm not sitting around with tons of stock. But I am going to show you how my latest, I try to create a card a week. I have ideas to create like multiple a week, but only time to create maybe one a week. So I'm going to share how this card came to be. So, like I call it, a card is born. Now, lots of times the cards come directly from my brain, my head, my thinking. And other times, if I see somebody sort of interesting, fabulous, eccentric, I put that in my head as well. And what I do all the time is I write my ideas down everywhere. In fact, that is the one thing I would suggest for anybody who wants to have a greeting card business. Write your ideas down because you think you're going to remember how funny you were. You think you're going to remember that funny text thought idea. But frankly, it fades, it goes away, it drops off. So write it down. That is my biggest piece of advice to people who are doing cards. Now, this particular card was inspired by the person. I freely admit, not only am I an accessory addict, and I think we all know that by now, and if you've seen my cards, you know I'm an accessory addict. Not only am I an accessory addict and a red lipstick addict and a bleach blonde practicing Buddhist, I'm also a TikTok addict. I'm sure I need some kind of 12-step program, but then again, it's not fattening. It's not bad for my health. I don't think, maybe my mental health. But anyway, I was scrolling along, I was death scrolling on TikTok, which means I was just watching videos just to watch them. And this very sort of woman that had kind of a slightly eroded, slightly fabulous balance of a look came up. And I thought, she has to be drawn. I have to draw her. And I worked at different drawings over and over. And finally, she came out of my pen. And then I was thinking, what is she going to say? Because she looks a little bit like she's been around the block about 10 million times. And that's kind of part of the advice she gives off, sounds like she's been around the block a million times. So I looked through my tons of text. Like I said, I keep it in books, I keep it in boxes, I keep it in um, on tissues, but pretty organized. I keep all my text handy. But what this one ended up saying is on the cover, when life gives you lemons, dot, 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 don't make lemonade. Throw them in the, uh, let me reread that. This one says, when life gives you lemons, don't make lemonade. Throw them at the person bugging the crap out of you. Mm-hmm. And while you're at it, throw yourself a fabulous birthday. And then I even have a little backside text or text on page 4, which says, staying positive all the time doesn't mean you have to always be happy. Cursing now and again does wonders. And the reason that's such a me card, and therefore a customer card, because me cards seem to appeal to the customer, is I am positively positive. I'm a toxically positive person. And I always say thank you, Dawn, for that toxic positivity word combination. It's so true. But this to me is a little bit of, it's not a slam card, it's pithy. And I hope and I think it'll do well. What is hard to see, I don't know if you're going to be able to see it here, is I do a little glitter touch to my cards. And the way I do glitter, very, very innovative. I bought glitter pens, fantastic glitter pens at the dollar store. And if you live anywhere near me, you're not going to find any because I buy them all up. For $1.25, I buy those glitter pens up. But a little glitter on the jewelry and in the hair, I think makes my character rather fabulous. Anyway, remember, if life gives you lemons, throw them at the person bugging the crap out of you. I swear to God, I think you'll feel better. And that in and of itself is kind of a positive thought, right? You'll feel better. So it's an uplifting, pithy card, taking a different approach to positivity, right? Right. Anyway, that's how that card was born. Love, peace, and chicken grease, and thanks for coming. Oh, and do you think would you throw them at someone, or would you add vodka to your lemonade? I definitely prefer the throwing at something. I maybe wouldn't throw them at someone, but I'd throw them at something. But I'd love it if you want to see more stories on how a card is born. Come on, subscribe if you want to see that. Come on back. And once again, love, peace, and chicken grease.